Is our what's happening inside of Iran? You mentioned the economy's um, pretty bad shape, and we've seen protests in the street, and we've seen them before too. But can protests really make a difference in Iran? I mean, is our goal to take down the government of Iran?
Well, if you ask the Trump administration, they say, no, no, we're not
Regime change?
aiming. Yeah, they're like, we don't want regime change. We just want a change in the regime's behavior. But then
We
they,
don't want regime change. We just want a change in the regime.
we just,
Okay.
yeah, it's
That's
actually
typical Trump
interesting.
double talk.
But the steps they are taking make it really clear that they want to do everything they can to put as much pressure on the Islamist rulers in Iran. Now, inside Iran, the economy, it's long been mismanaged. There's a lot of like state sector involvement in it. It's very corrupt. So there's just problems to begin with. But in the last few months, especially as they've known the sanctions are coming, things have just gotten much, much worse. There have been all these demonstrations, and they're very widespread. They're not just in like the liberal, like northern Tehran areas. I mean, this is like across the country. A lot of them has been focused on the economy. People saying, they're dealing with inflation, the prices are going up. The value of the Iranian rial, that's their currency, has dropped significantly. I believe it's fallen by about half since April. So you're having just all these different pressures, and people are getting upset. And for the most part, from what we can tell, they're blaming the regime, and they're not really blaming the U.S. Now that could change. But that doesn't mean that people are going to necessarily become happy. I mean, many of them have long been unhappy with their own leaders.
How